Hey y'all, Kevin from Hindsight. Hey, don't laugh. Don't don't you laugh. This is a necessary piece of equipment when you're doing what I'm doing today. So just a little bit of background about what I'm working on right now. Okay, so the van, as I introduced, it's got a 351 Windsor in it, small block Ford, which is what I wanted in the van. I didn't want a 4.6. I didn't want a 5.4. Too many issues. This is a solid mechanical engine. As I mentioned in the intro, it only has 23,000 miles on it. So I plan to get a lot of life out of it. I hope that comes true. Also, as I mentioned in the intro, it had a massive exhaust leak. One of the studs was broken, or one of the bolts was broken on the exhaust manifold. It was leaking real bad right there. I hoped it wasn't a cracked manifold. Hoped it was just the stud. I also hoped that when I took it apart, I wouldn't break lots of other studs. One guy told me, he said, you might as well just plan on breaking off all 8 because that's what's going to happen. Thankfully, he was wrong. I spent a lot of time working them, soaking them, working them, doing all that stuff. But I did break 2 other ones besides the original one that was broken. So these are all the tools you need to, take care of this problem. This came in handy. Yeah, that. Oh, thankfully, this is the shot from this direction. Yeah, no room in here, right? Okay, so I'm going to kind of tell you where I'm at. I came out here several nights ago with the intention of just kind of looking to see what I'm going to have to do. Well, that night I didn't have my camera with me, so I didn't record anything. Probably was best. There was lots of expletives and this, that, and the other. So this was the original one that was broken right here. Don't mind the paper towel jammed in there. It's just so, something doesn't crawl in there. So that's the original one that was broken. And when I took all these off let me back up a little bit. This one broke when I went to take it off. And I thought, okay, just these 2, I'm going to be golden. I got these 2 out. Everything was good. I got those 2 out. Everything was good. I got that one out. Everything was good. Then the one in the very front, the one with the tap sticking out of it, it snapped too. So I thought once I got the exhaust manifold out, which is also a chore because it's got this monster EGR tube right there that attaches to it. There's the coupling nut back there. And it runs back to this unnecessary conglomerate of EGR BS. At least I think that's what it is. I'm a body man. Don't ask me. But it came out of the exhaust. So once I got it off, because, it was a rusty little mug, tried to get it out of there, and it wouldn't come out. It was like hung up at the front for some reason. Which, that night, again, probably best I wasn't videoing. Turns out there's another EGR tube at the front. I just couldn't see it because you know why? You can't see it. It was too tight up there. One mess after another. So, like I said, probably best that I didn't video the work up to this point. But I'm pretty damn proud of myself because it's been multiple nights out here working on this. And I would just work on it until, honestly, I got pissed. Then I would just set everything down, close up for the night, and go back inside. Then I'd come out a night or 2 later, and I'd have a goal, and I'd try to accomplish it. And most nights I would. Some nights I wouldn't. So, backing up a little bit, this one that broke, that one that broke, that one that broke, they all had quite a bit of the bolt sticking out. So I thought, okay, I'm golden. I'm going to do the old weld a nut trick to it, and they're going to come right out. And so one of the 3, the weld the nut trick worked. This one right here. Took a while and took some heat and this, that, and the other, and working it back and forth, but I finally got it out. The other 2, I just kept breaking more off of the bolt, more off of the bolt. And finally I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna drill it. So I did, and that was amazingly easy. I should have just done that from the start. But so the one up there in the front, you have a little bit of access from the wheel well. You can kind of see where that is. But unfortunately, it's not straight on. If it was a straight shot, you'd be golden. But it's not. A straight shot runs right about through here. So, don't get me wrong. I was tempted. And I almost cut myself a little access hole here. But then I was afraid that I wouldn't be able to get the drill through it. And I wouldn't be able to cut enough. So, because I thought if I just sliced it there, heated it a little bit, bent it down, get it out of my way. And then when I get done, I'm replacing these springs anyway and these shocks. Because I'm going to put I'm going to lift the front end up a little bit. So just to make it level, maybe like a 2-inch lift in the front. So anyway, I thought I could get in here, weld this all back up. It wouldn't be a problem. I almost did that. I didn't. So I got out the angle drill and just started working. So here's where I'm at. I'm tapping the last, I drilled it out slowly, just made my way, got a good 1/8 inch bit, centered it as best I could with my angle drill, and just started going to town. So 1/8 inch, 3/16, then 1/4 inch, then 5/16. The problem was I had a good stubby 1/8 inch and a good stubby 3/8, but I didn't have a good stubby 1/4 inch. That was the shortest one I had. And I didn't have a good stubby 5/16. That was the shortest one I had. So, anyway, what I did is I got on the old Amazon and I ordered a kit like this. The nice stubbies in it. Oh, worth the 15 bucks. I just came back out here and thought, okay, I'm going to try drilling these holes, or try drilling this out today. That's all I really wanted to do is finish drilling it. Hit it with the 1/4 and then hit it with the 5/16 and be ready to start tapping. I was done with that in like 3 minutes. Those drill bits were kick butt. They were short enough where I could get the angle drill in there and have room. That's the, I used this one to just deburr the opening before I ran the tap through. Not bad, huh, for a body guy. So anyway, that's where we're at now. I'm probably 1/4 inch in, so everything's going good. Oiled it up real good. And then I just started thinking, you know what? I should probably document some of this. And I don't know. This is going to be a big project. And this is just kind of the start of the mechanical part. It's going to get this exhaust manifold put back on, which I had it milled. Larry at Import Masters took care of that for me, had it milled. He ordered me a few parts. I got a new EGR tube for the front. So this is the start of the mechanical. While I'm in here, obviously I'm going to replace plugs, wires, and a couple other miscellaneous things that I broke. I broke a cooling line tube in the front. Not quite sure why Ford does this, but this cooling line tube, I just tucked it away back here, was right here. And it's got that quick disconnect fitting. I thought maybe it was high pressure or something and that, you know, it needed to be that kind of fitting and blah, blah, blah. Well, I don't know if you can see it. It's got a regular clamp. One of those cheap ass spring-loaded clamps right here. So why in the heck they got to put this thing on here is beyond me. There's another one right there next to it. So anyway, while I was undoing the EGR tube from the pump up here, the EGR valve, sorry, wrench slipped and I just snapped that bugger right off. So I don't know. It's just been one challenge after another, but that's okay. We're going to get through it. We're going to take care of it. Going to have an exhaust manifold back on this thing sometime this week. Got to go pick it up from Larry at Import Masters and get this thing back together. So that's the update for the replacement of the studs, or, replacing the broke off bolts. And we'll have more to come on this thing. Yeah. Hope to be back in and running and driving this thing and put some miles on it. Make sure it's going to be mechanically solid. The only drive time I have on it is from when I bought it, which was out on the other side of Perry, Kansas. So for me, that was, I don't know, almost 2 hours, I guess. Ran great on the way back. Didn't seem to drink as much gas as I thought, but it wasn't pulling anything. That's it for now. We'll see what happens. Keep following. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of adventures here. And again, don't make fun. Hey, this thing is worth its weight in gold. If you don't have one of these things, go get one, because there's going to be a point in your life when you need it. Catch y'all later.